if you perform perfectly in your eyes, do you beat Chris Harper?
Oh, I mean, the events are good for me, to be fair. We'll see what happens, won't we, Chris?
Who's going to beat Chris Harper tomorrow? Put your hand up. Finlay, Kyle.
Everybody.
Finlay, you got a plan?
I'll beat him if that's what needs to be done. But this lineup is absolutely incredible. Everybody's so good, and I think anybody can take points away from anybody here. So it's just a stat comp. How do you feel about going up against us?
Well, for the starting event, everybody probably knows that's one of my weaker events. I genuinely don't think I'll probably even place top 5 maybe in that event, so that gives everybody a good platform to just stick ahead, and if they can beat me, they can beat me. I know you've probably got something to say.
I was going to say, you won't come last in the deadlift, like.
Aye.
KO. Yeah, you got one. Yeah.
So, Chris.
Yep.
So, congratulations, winning World's Strongest Man last year.
Cheers.
Amazing performance. So, how has your life changed since then in terms of strongman? Like, what have you got off the back of that? Like winning that title that all of us in here think is absolutely amazing. And
to be honest, it's probably not really changed at all. I feel like because I'm not really somebody that does coaching or does that side of things, I'm probably not as involved and ingrained into everything as some people are. So I feel like there's maybe just had a wee bit more people looking at my stuff and maybe a few more followers and get one new sponsorship. But apart from that, I'd say everything's pretty much just the same as it always is.
I think this is part of what Stephen's passionate about, is the fact that he wants to put something like a private thing like this on this competition, that eventually he wants to see, people like you being rewarded for performances like that.
It would be nice, because obviously I think for MD over in Europe, like OSG is the biggest competition there is. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely brilliant to go and compete at it, but it costs a fortune, and even if you go over there and win, you're out of pocket.
345 kilo opener. Mad. Under 80.
So I think the way things are going, and all the promoters and everything, they are all pushing it in the right direction, and it's probably it's a matter of time more than anything until we do have the support that we need to turn it into something where the guys are actually able to make a profit in doing these competitions, which will be brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it hit home a bit personally when you saw Gav raffling off his deadlift suit, to fund travelling and fund going to competitions and stuff. Like, how do you, you can open it up to the other guys, like, how do you envisage the sport growing in a way that the guys of your standard can be, funded better? What do you think the answer is? Is it sponsorship? What is it? What can we do?
Sponsorship's probably the biggest thing in my eyes. Obviously, there is sponsorships available for things like equipment and stuff, but I feel like there's not really a lot of sponsorships there for funding, which I feel like is a lot harder to get. I don't know if anybody else feels the same, but it's one of the things I've found hardest is trying to get money off people. I feel like the sport itself is still kind of to the normal person, it's strange. They don't necessarily see a lot of it and necessarily understand it. So to get money off anybody outside of the sport, it's difficult. I don't know if anybody else, do you feel the same? Or
So open it to Kyle or Finlay, whoever wants to take it. Like, what do you think that we could do as athletes to make it more appealing for sponsors? You know, to actually justify somebody coming and saying, look, I want to pay you X amount a month. To like, what could we do better as athletes? Or like, do you see a solution?
I think one of the main things we can do is just go out and like show off whatever sort of personality we have. Some of us say we don't have one, but just show off what you have, what you've worked so hard to do, and just put on a show. You know, it's no fun when someone's winning comps by big margins. You know, the tighter it is, the more, the better it is to watch, and the more people you'll get watching it. But to do that, everyone needs to, needs to be up to a certain standard, and everyone needs to be up to that standard. So really, it's just train hard and not just put on a good performance, but put on a good show, an entertaining factor as well.
Brilliant. So Brad,
I think Matthew had something to say.
Go on.
Je suis désolé, je vais parler en français, mais Charles va traduire. En France, on a aussi ce problème où on a très peu de compétition.
In France, we have this problem as well. There's really absolutely no high-level competitions in strongman.
On a encore moins de personnes qui pratiquent ce sport et du coup, on a encore moins de marques qui s'y intéressent.
And even less people that actually compete in the sport. So there's really no sponsors and no brands that are actually really interested in participating in it.
Toutes catégories confondues, on a moins de 100 athlètes en France.
With all weight classes involved, open, under 90, under 80, 105, there's about 100 athletes in total. So the pool is very small.
Et donc, plus on va faire de compétition, plus de gens vont vouloir pratiquer. Et du coup, plus il y aura de marques qui voudront donner de l'argent. Donc des compétitions comme la vôtre, ça donne de la visibilité, ça donne envie aux marques d'investir de l'argent.
He says it's really important for other European athletes to be able to compete in these kind of competitions because it gives more visibility to the sport in continental Europe, shall we say, and allows bigger brands in France and in smaller countries that don't compete so much in strongman to be a bit more visible.
Donc continuons à faire des compétitions un peu partout dans le monde, continuons à donner de la visibilité à notre sport et je pense qu'un jour, les moins de 80, on arrivera aussi à gagner de l'argent.
He's saying as long as the comps like this keep on happening and we can continue to grow the sport, it will eventually mean that in the under 80, under 90 classes, there will be more money in the sport as long as things like this keep happening.
Et merci beaucoup d'accueillir des athlètes français, parce que grâce à vous, ça fait aussi grandir notre sport dans notre pays. Donc merci de m'avoir laissé ma chance aujourd'hui de participer à côté d'athlètes incroyables comme ça.
He also just wants to thank you for the opportunity given that there's so many incredible other athletes who will be invited to France.
Thank you. So this one's for Brad. So you're competing against 3 world finalists, OSG finalists. Am I correct? Yeah. So you competed at OSG against them. What are you going to do how could you close the gap on those 3?
I think basically by going up to OSG showed obviously the level that you've got to be at. So when I get an opportunity to compete against the guys again, I'm obviously going to snap that up with both hands. I get a lot of people asking, why are you going entering these competitions if you think you might not be able to win and stuff like that. But then you're never going to get better unless you're going up against the best. So it's easy to be like a big fish in a small pond, but you've got to test yourself sometimes, and there's no other bigger test, especially on UK soil at the moment. There is no other bigger test than tomorrow.
Yeah. Was it really impressed recently where you're in the UKNS Wales? You competed in the 105s?
Yeah, so I competed 105s 3 weeks ago, I think it was now, but that was just more of a
And what did you weigh in at?
I think I was 88 fully clothed. I don't know, somewhere around that. So I was under 90 that day. But.
Yeah, brilliant, really impressive.
Question for Kyle. Kyle, you've been making quite a big name for yourself recently. Are you coming into this competition to win it? Do you believe that you can win it?
Well, the lesson I've learned is I always come to competition knowing there's a chance to win, but like I've done comps before where I know I have to win, I know who I have to beat. I've just not enjoyed it. It's just not been fun. So since then, I've just been like, I know there's the opportunity is there to win if I perform perfectly, and if I don't, well then we see what happens. And so it just means that I enjoy comps a lot more. I'm not as stressed. I'm still a bit stressed, obviously, but just enjoy the full experience. And like everyone else has said, it's good to compete against the top guys in the world. Like.
And if you perform perfectly in your eyes, do you beat Chris Harper?
Oh, I mean, the events are good for me, to be fair. We'll see what happens, won't we, Chris? to be fair, the deadlift still needs to come up. If the deadlift comes up another... if I keep working on my deadlift, hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be able to not lose as many points in that event. Yep. And then I'll be able to say things like that, I think, with confidence.
Yeah. And another question I've got is for Connor. Connor, you're quiet, there's not a lot getting asked of you. Is that playing your favour? Are you coming in here unnoticed? Do you feel like you can come in and do a bit of damage and there's no pressure on you?
Aye, I always perform better when I have no pressure, no expectation. I don't post all over Instagram, Facebook. I just train in a little shed by myself, work hard, and then let the results speak for myself. I've always done that, won the natties through that, and keep progressing through England and Brits doing the same, and eventually qualify for OSG, doing the exact same.
Well, I'm going to ruin that and say I think Connor could be a dark horse, so pressure's on. And one last question for me, for Mathieu. Is this the first time that you've competed outside of France? And if so, do you think that you can compete as successfully, or is there any drawbacks to the travel, or has everything been plain sailing?
J'ai déjà fait les OSG en 2022.
He already did OSG in 2022.
Et une compétition inter en Italie aussi.
And he's also done some comps in Italy as well.
C'est ma première fois à ce niveau-là.
It's my first time at this level though.
Mais je compte bien vous surprendre demain.
But I do hope to surprise you all.
Et vous montrer que la France a des très gros athlètes français et que dans quelques temps on sera là et qu'on sera plus nombreux. Et je vais vous prouver que demain je suis au niveau.
He's saying that for the time being there aren't many great French athletes, but I do intend to show that I am at that level and that there are going to be more French athletes here soon.
Fantastic. So opening up to everybody here. So really excited to see max deadlift. What's going to win it, and who is the lightweight greatest of all time deadlifter? You start with Kyle if you want, and then pass it along. I'd like to hear your opinions.
At the moment, the last person from here to win a deadlift event at Worlds was Tim Daglish. So there's no reason, although Ben Donnan has the world record, Tim's beat him. Tim's won a thing, like an event, and I think that Rich Molnar tomorrow will probably set a new world record, weighing in under 80 in front of everyone, which proves a point.
What point does it prove?
Well, because Ben Donnan's only ever done it in his gym, in his country. Rich has done.
So are you questioning the validity?
Well, I think everybody has, haven't they?
What's Mathieu's opinion?
Ben l'a fait dans sa salle, oui, mais quelques mois après, il a fait 3,88 à l'étranger.
He said he did do it in his own gym, but he did do 388.
3,88.
Yeah, 388 in another gym, in another country.
Donc, de toute façon, le débat, il est plus là, parce qu'il est parti en moins de 90.
Says it doesn't really matter the debate anyway now because he's into under 90 now instead of under 80.
Donc demain, on verra bien qui est le meilleur chez nous. Et tout le monde sera au niveau et on verra ça demain.
He's saying he's just very excited to now see who's going to be the best in the world.
So what's going to win tomorrow? What's going to be the top deadlift?
Yeah, I think the world record is looking to be broken by Rich Molnar.
What's the number?
So I think, is it 360 will be broken, and then there was a big cut, and I think the goal.
So what number? What number?
Big 400.
So you think that's going to go tomorrow?
I think if everything comes together for him and he's able to do his best, then there's definitely going to be a world record breaking. Whether it's 400 or not, it's going to be some insane numbers. And then I think also, in order to get top 3 or 4 tomorrow, I think you need to get like 330 plus in the deadlift, which is just crazy because I think the world record a few years ago was like under 330. So yeah, the standard of these.
What do you think, Chris? You look a bit unsure.
No, I was just thinking to myself, I think everybody here knows that it's pretty much obviously depending on how he recovers from his cut. It's Richie's to lose. He's the guy that looks as if he could break the world record comfortably. Like, not even, there's no doubt about it. On his day, he is capable of probably hitting 370, 380 at least. Obviously, you've got the twins, who brilliant deadlifters. Finlay is able to put up some really good numbers as well. So there's some brilliant deadlifters, as he says. A deadlift of over 300 will probably maybe just get you top 5, maybe, which is a stupid standard, but that's just the way the lightweights seem to be going. All the lightweights seem to be going at the minute. All the numbers just seem to be going up and up and up, and I don't know when it's going to stop. It just doesn't seem to be any stop.
Same.
You go, Kyle. You go.
Or do you finish?
Good. Yeah.
Like everyone else said, it's up to Rich.
Yep.
I
And
think so.
I've got a question for Chris. Chris, should Rich win the deadlift and break the deadlift world record, do you see him as a threat to you in the overall competition?
It might sound cocky, but I'm somebody who believes in myself. I believe if I'm fully fit, which is still a big question at the moment, but if my knee holds up for this comp, then I'm of the belief that I can beat anybody. On my day, I'm capable of beating anybody, and I've already proven that at the highest level. So pretty much comes down to myself, and it's just up to me to actually perform to the level I know I can. And if I do that, then it's just up to the other guys to beat me. And if they do, if I basically perform to my level and one of them beats me, then I'm all for it. It's brilliant.
If that was the case, who do you think it would be?
Tough question. I probably feel closest to me right now is Kyle. I feel like he proved that at Worlds again. He finished 4th, not far away from podium, so I think everybody knows he is one of the consistent performers, so he'll be right up there.
What about the twins? Because Joe, I think, beat you before, hasn't he?
Yeah, all I'll say is it was only my second ever comp and my first 6 months of Strongman, so I've came a long way since then, but the twins are always capable. The twins are always right up there. They're very consistent performers. They don't really have any bad events. It's one of the ones I feel like they don't seem to really stand out on anything apart from maybe deadlifts, but they're always right up there on everything.
Good. Yeah, cool. Guys, thanks very much for your time. Good luck tomorrow.
Go on, 10! Make the line!
Come on. stops it short. 20 metres for Chris Harper. Finlay Mercer is having a battle over here this side. Karen Harper reached the 30-metre line. He is getting down there. Come on, Chris. The next 30 metres. 25 seconds remaining. Finlay once more. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, time. Scott is very fast for the week. Oh, that's something of a chance. They're playing very steady. Ahead of about 10 meters. Kyle is making amends there and quickly lasts 20 meters out. Connor catches up. Here goes Taylor Scott in for 50 meters. And Connor, Nick Passer, he's there. Connor takes the lead. We have 20 seconds left. Here comes Connor, guys. 20 meters. Yes! Here we go. 10, 9,
Allez Mathieu.
Sois patient. Tu as. Tu gagnes là. Tu gagnes. Oui. On y va, Mathieu. 15 seconds. And here we go. These men, 1300 metres fighter. And off the end.
Triple for massive points. Triple. Red, we get back up. Split jerk. Yes. Good lad. Go on, Rich.
And here we go, fans at the 100 stage. Up on the house platform, good award from Andrew Nicholson. Brandon James, stand by you up next. Here we go, plus 20. Good award, 130 stands at the feet of Andrew. Just retacking, struggling to get any patches on the score. Here we go, guys, backing up on the lap, sending the line, staying up. Come on, Andrew! And we just need to be sure. 13 seconds. Yes! 10, 9, 8. And here we go, Bravo. Bravo is the height outside the higher platform. Should have been easier. That is a very quick 100 and 120 kilogram score. Here we go to 130. Even the lap. Try and extend it through. Yeah, go! Just notice on the lap. And there it comes. 30 seconds have passed on the clock.
You bring that foot in a touch in the lap. Bring the feet in. Good lad. Come on.
We have got 10 seconds now. There is a good question by Henry. Second one also goes up. Very quick. 130. 169. 3 stones and 9 points. 13 seconds.
Spin it round, mate. Spin it round. Find a different bit.
Let's go, Let's go. 13 seconds remaining.
Look here. Think back now.
Here we go. Still number 1. Up to the top. Run motion.
Let's go.
Yeah. Just get that tacky right on the 160, mate. Move it.
And now he stands over the 140.
Come on, Connor, let's go, let's go.
Taking time to adjust his tacking. 35 seconds remaining. We are in the final 20 seconds. Now rolling the score out. Trying to get some practice on it. He's now back on the lap. 10 seconds.
Wow. Fair play, Connor. Fucking mint, mate.
The strongest man. 400 kilos. Chris, Mr. Hill. The road
Put on a show, mate.
Let's go, guys! Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all the support tonight, but more importantly, thank you for all the support